Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Renetta Gunn Stevens. I am the CEO of Sophisticated Press, and I am so excited to kick off 30 Days Live with Sophisticated Press. For those who don't know me, first of all, I'm a publisher. I'm a author of 3 books. The first book is Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom. The second book is A Dad's Redemption. And the third book is 10 Ways to Eliminate Debt by Writing. On top of being an author, I'm a ghostwriter, and I'm also a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm just really I'm a cool person. I'm really down to earth. And so when you come in, yay, I see you all coming in, I want you to shout out your state. Make sure you share this, because when I tell you it's going to be so good today, it is going to be so good today. We are going to get down to the nitty gritty, and this is just going to be the beginning. So bring all of your questions, bring all of your comments, bring your point of view and your perception, because we are going to get right down to it. So quick bio too about myself. I want to just establish what Sophisticated is and who Sophisticated Press is. So we are a company that helps individuals build financial independence by utilizing publishing strategies in the marketplace. In layman terms, we are a publishing company that we help build authors where they can enter their manuscript into the marketplace, but they also have ownership. And that's the difference between a traditional publisher, where a traditional publisher, they will put the money up first, and then they'll like tell you what to do about your book, how they want your book to look, and you really don't have that much control. Hey Tranisha, hey Latanya, I'm so happy you all are here, and I'm so glad that you all are both authors. And if you're going to watch this on the replay, just make sure you share it. Make sure you sign on to our YouTube channel, because we do have a YouTube channel, and subscribe there. So I was trying to see, was I going to start off with ministry first or more marketing? So I think I'm going to start off with marketing first, and then I'm going to work my way to ministry, because if I start off with ministry, y'all know I'm going to be preaching. So first, let me give y'all some marketing tips. And so also I want to show you all, now listen. So I downloaded and copied my pre-order book, Push. Now, if you follow Sophisticated Press, you should have a copy of Push. The reason why Push was created, because I deal with a lot of professionals, I deal with a lot of authors, and after they publish a book, they don't know how to market the book. And so one of the reasons why I believe God called me into publishing is to help people. And so it doesn't do you any good to publish a book, but then do not know how to market a book. Excuse me, y'all. It doesn't do you any good. And so we created Push, which is promote until shipping and handling happens, because if you do not promote your book, if you do not market your book, you can have the best manuscript in the marketplace, but if no one know anything about it, then you're going to think you're a failure because your book didn't sell. And it's not that you're a failure, you're just a bad marketer. So if you are following Sophisticated Press, if you trust my expertise, if you trust that I'm going to keep it real with you like I do, then you need to order Push. And not only order it, you need to read it, because I'm telling you, I really put all of my expertise in Push. Now, this is just a copy of the free 2 chapters you get when you order Push. But I'm telling you, this is because so many people, they get so excited. I'm going to publish a book. I'm going to publish a book, and they do it. But then when they don't get the sales during their pre-orders, when they don't get the sales afterwards, then they feel like, man, this maybe was the wrong move. And it wasn't the wrong move. On the other hand, you have authors like Latanya, who published a book for her birthday through Sophisticated Press, and there's been nothing but opportunities happening for Latanya. But the reason being is I've seen Latanya market her butt off. I've seen her have her whole family involved. Her little children have made videos like, my mama published a book. Every little event she goes to, she's letting the public know she's collaborating. And so I would just encourage you to get pushed so you can learn how to promote until shipping and handling happens. We want to see you. You know how they have those pictures with people having boxes of their orders and they mail orders. That's like the trendy thing. Okay, we want to see that under your post where people are ordering your book and they like, and you get to finally have a post like that too. So let's talk about something, because we're going to start off with marketing first. And I want to talk about the term whitewashing. Okay. So whitewashing is when publishers decide to put a different demographic other than the author. So for instance, if I wrote a book and I went with a major publishing house and then they decided to put a white female on the cover versus a black female. Now, most of the time this will happen because most people do try to go the traditional publishing course. Now, when you go with a traditional publisher, which we are not, okay, they put up the money first. So when they're putting up the money first, they have a say-so what's on the cover. Now, it's already been, data have already established that there is a lack of diversity in executives in the publishing field. So by there being a lack of diversity, when an African-American author come with this great manuscript, they think that, it won't sell if we put a black face on the cover. And so that is where the term whitewashing comes, is where people begin to think that if I put a black person on the front, it's not going to sell. And that has trickled down to authors. And so there's times where authors can't do anything about it because they're not paying for their book and the publisher is paying for their book, until the publisher have the say so. So when you're working with Sophisticated Press, we don't believe in whitewashing. In fact, if you look at most of our content reflects our niche market, right? We have white people on our content. We have African American people on our content. We have Chinese people on our content, because we're really here to service all demographics. But what we're not going to do is be ashamed that we're an African American publishing company. That's what we're not going to do, okay? Because when you get that thought rooted in your heart and in your psyche that I'm an author, but I'm not going to put a black face on front of my book because I'm going to limit my sales, that is not the right type of thinking you should have. If you market right, regardless of the face that's on the front of the book, your book will sell. It all goes back to your pushing, promoting, until shipping and handling happens. It's not that your book isn't selling because it's a black person on the front cover. It's because you're not promoting properly. You're not promoting consistently. You're not promoting passionately, and therefore you have a lack of sales. But it's not because you have a black person in front of your cover. So please, please, please stop believing that if you don't have a white person in front of your product, in front of your store, in front of your service, that you're not going to be successful in the marketplace. There are plenty of people who are successful in the marketplace, and that's because they provide a good service and they market well. Because the marketplace is all about results. And if you get results and if you market well, then people will respect your product, whether it's black or white. Now, am I saying that racism don't exist? Of course racism exists. What are you going to do about it, right? But you don't focus on racism, because the thing is this: how dare I market to a demographic that's not even really supporting me now? So the majority of Sophisticated Press clientele is like 90% African American female, right? So how dare I disregard that 90% of my niche market right now is African American females, and every piece of content that I put in the marketplace is of a different demographic, whether that's a male, whether that's a Caucasian, a Mexican person. Like, I get the crossover, but you cannot be afraid to represent the people who are supporting you and the people that you're marketing to. And so I really just want to encourage you to understand, it's not that your book is not selling because you have some African American in front of your book. You should not have to hide the fact that you are African American in order to get be successful in the marketplace, because really that's like you're trying to trick somebody. And I never want to trick nobody. I never want somebody to think that, oh, well, I'm gonna make them think that this is a white publishing company so they can sign a contract. No, I want you to understand that you're dealing with an African American professional female with red dreadlocks. That's correct. And you know why I can wear my red dreadlocks? Because I'm the owner, I'm the CEO, and because I don't have a middleman that I have to answer to or consult with. I don't have, the only higher up I have to consult with is God. God is the CEO of this company. And when you're unashamed of how God created you, you don't have to trick anybody to think that you're white in order to get a sale. You don't have to do that. And so I really wanted to just let you know that it's important to know your niche market. Now, if your niche market is Caucasians, African Americans, and all of that, then just do, maybe have 2 women on the cover, 1 white and 1 black. But if you're an African American and your book has African American characters, don't allow anyone to whitewash your book. And don't you whitewash your book, because there's the thing with self-publishing. The power of self-publishing is you're going to be in control of all of your production. So that means your book cover you're in control of, your platforms that it's available, whether it's Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iBook, Books A Million, you're in control of that. You're going to be in control of the price. I've had people not even understand self-publishing, because when you're self-publishing, that means you're putting up the money first for your product. And I encourage everyone to at least self-publish 1 time, because you need to understand the process and you need to understand how to market yourself. One of the things that happened when I became a full-time entrepreneur, I'm sorry, I gotta wipe my nose a little bit. When I became a full-time entrepreneur, I had to learn how to work for myself. I had to learn how to go hard for myself, because for so long I have been taught and trained how to go hard for everybody else. I've been taught and trained how to make 40 and 50 calls for this company and that company. And then when I was finally at home working for myself, it was like, wow, this is really different. Like, I don't have a boss telling me what to do. I don't have a boss telling me what time to go to lunch. I don't have a boss telling me, okay, every hour you got to make this quota. And that was a good thing, but I had never experienced that. And so what I also find with a lot of authors is they don't know how to work hard for themselves. But on their job, they're very good hard workers and they're very responsible. But when they're working for themselves, when they have to get only minimum 3 hours of writing a week, they find that 3 hours a week is so hard to incorporate into their schedule. And so that's what we want to talk about today. That's why we're going to do the 30 days live, because I want to help you understand the importance of you not only self-publishing a book, but promoting it so it can get into the hands of the people that you wrote a book for, right? When a person make a car, they can have the best car with the most safety guidelines, but if they're not promoting to mothers with kids that needs that safety, if they're not promoting to drivers, do you know that car will just remain in the manufacturing company and that company will go down? Why? Because nobody's buying the car. Why? Because nobody has promoted the car. So that's the same thing with your book. Like, every day you have to promote your book. You have to push. You have to promote until shipping and handling happens. You cannot promote one day and promote the next day and then that's it for the week. No, every day. Every day you should be promoting your product and services. Every day. When you don't promote your product and service for the day, because you are a online salesperson, that means for that day your company was not open. And so if your company is not open, that means that surely you should not expect any money today because you didn't promote your book. Surely you should not, at the end of the day, be surprised that you don't have any orders in your email if you did not push. So the first thing I want you all to do so that you can really follow along with the 30 days live is to get the book pushed. I made it affordable for you. It's only $15.99. And I did that on purpose, you know, because I wanted you to understand that I don't want $25 to, you know, be a stumbling block from you to get this information. I'm only charging $15.99, and that way you can get it. So, okay, I'm just going to look at some notes, make sure that we've talked about that. Yes. Now, let's talk about, as we transition from whitewashing into ministry, as it's different, like for those who aren't Christians and those who are Christians, right? So some people may say, well, if you're a publishing company, why are you talking about God? The reason why I'm talking about God, and I mix God and publishing together, because as I said earlier, God is the CEO of this company. And so because God sent me to the marketplace to help his children get their books out of their bellies, that's been in their bellies for years, 6-7 years, my job is to motivate you and to minister to you, right? Because this is how God set up this company, where we don't have to be ashamed that we're a Christian publishing company. So also, just in regards to the whitewashing, if you are a Christian, you have to believe that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So no weapon formed against you. What is the weapon? Prejudice. That's not going to prosper. So you don't have to worry about whitewashing. No weapon formed against you. What is that weapon? Biases. You don't have to worry about that, because it's not going to prosper. No weapons formed against your book shall prosper. What weapons? Haters. You don't have to worry about haters. You don't have to put those posts up about, oh, one day y'all gonna hate y'all, then buy my book. You don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is just stay focused and stay positive and stay productive and just keep pushing. Don't allow people and their lack of support to make you lose faith in what God has told you to do. So as we enter into this ministry side, it's very important, because I was writing today and God said, you know, I don't make suggestions, I make commandments. I make commandments. I'm God. Like, I'm not suggesting for my people to do these things. I'm commanding them to do it. And the good thing about God is he's so God, but he'll still let you disobey. But that don't mean it wasn't a commandment because you was able to disobey him. That doesn't mean that it wasn't a commandment because you was like, I'm going to put this on delay. No, that just means you was disobedient to his commandment, because he don't make suggestions. He's God. He make commandments like, this is what I want you to do. But if you don't do it, then there are consequences for you not doing it. What are the consequences? Well, the consequences can be you're stagnant. And you'll look up, and every year you'll be saying the same thing, making the same New Year's resolutions every year. How do I know that? Because I used to be that person. Every year I'm going to make this New Year's resolution. Every year I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to publish my book. Every year I'm going to publish a book. For 3-4 years I was saying I was going to publish a book, not knowing if I would have just had been obedient, I would have been a publisher. I would have been helping people. Look how many people that I missed out on helping those 3 years I didn't say yes to God. Look how many people, because how many of you know your book is not for you. That's why you can't, as an author, you should not worry about your sales more than you worry about servicing. Sales will come when you service people. Every day that someone sends an invoice, a paid invoice, and I get a ding in my inbox, you know why I get a ding? Not because I'm an author, but it's because I solved somebody's problem. I don't get paid because I'm an author. Whoopie-doo, I'm an author. I get paid because I don't get paid because I'm a CEO. Whoopie-doo, I'm a CEO. That don't take nothing but a registration, $150 with the Secretary of State. I get paid and I make money because I solve problems every day, all day. I look for problems that I can solve. I look for problems I can solve. And I know you've heard this before, but are you incorporating it? Or are you busy trying to just get a sale? Don't even ask anybody else to buy your books out there. Ask people, what is it that I can help you with? What is it that you need help with? That's how you make money. And a lot of people, we keep hearing the same things and we think, no, it got to be something more bigger. It's nothing bigger than that. People pay you because you solve their problems. People come to Sophisticated Press because we go ahead and we publish their books for them. We set them up as the owner. We set them up and register, do all their registrations, and they pay us to do that. Why? Because they don't have time to do it, and that's not nothing wrong with that. You pay the experts, you pay the people who've already learned the process and that can do it properly the first time, so you don't have to waste time. You're gonna get looked over if you don't execute in your time. And that is why some of you all are not seeing the results in your life, because you're busy wasting time on things that doesn't matter. It's time for you to begin to execute and to solve people problems, and then you will see the money coming in. Okay? So I was talking to God and I was like, Lord, what is the difference between trust and faith? Because I feel like a lot of people trust God, but a lot of people faith levels is low. And some people, they'll say like, no, I have my faith level high. But the Bible clearly states that faith without works is dead. So if you have faith and no works, what you really have is trust. So I had to ask God, like, what's the difference between trust and faith? So I had to look it up, of course, And trust is a firm belief in the reliability of truth, strength of someone or something. So trust is, I'm going to sit in this chair and I trust that this chair going to hold me up. But you really see the chair. So that's easy to trust it, right? Trust is, I'm going to trust that the people cooking my food not spitting in it. I know that's nasty, but I always think about that like, oh, Lord, Trust is, I'm going to trust that my employer is really telling the truth when they say they can't pay me anymore or things like that. It's where you actually see something tangible that you can trust, right? Now, faith, we all know, because of Hebrews 11:6, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So when it comes over to faith, that means that it does not look like what you're hoping for. So when God tells you to do something, it's going to take faith. Why? Because your bank account is not going to be able to accommodate what God told you to do. So God will tell you something like he told me when I was beginning to become a publisher. I want you to be a publisher. Well, God, at the time, my life did not look like that. I did not go to school to be a publisher, right? I did not have a mentor to train me how to be a publisher. I didn't have that. Only thing I had was a word from God. When God told me to become a publisher, I was in my 2-bedroom apartment, crowded with 3 kids at the time, sitting on the floor. Like, Lord, how am I going to be a publisher and I'm in a 2-bedroom cramped up apartment? And he was just like, is you going to let me trust you? Are you going to trust me? Is you going to have faith in my word? And I was like, yeah, but long as you know, me telling God, long as you know I ain't got no degree in publishing. I got a degree, but I ain't got no degree in publishing or communications. And he was like, don't worry about it. I just need somebody that's willing to have faith, and not the faith where they like, God can do anything. And that's it. Well, if you know God can do anything, why are you not doing something? Why are you not every day doing something besides just trusting that God can do anything? Yes, God can do anything, but God is looking for some people who are willing not to stop until they see results, who are willing not to stop in promoting until shipping and handling happens. That is why my life have accelerated, and that is why your life is going to accelerate when you understand that it's going to take more than trust, and it's going to take more than you just believing that God can do it. Like, yes, he can do it. But absolutely, because he's God. But he loves his word and he cannot be a liar. So I'm trying to tell you, I could not trust in a writing degree when I became a publisher because I didn't have one. I could not trust in my bank account at the time when I became a publisher. Why? Because it was $0 in it. I could not trust in my surroundings because, again, I was in a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 kids. Do the math. Me and my husband and 3 kids in one when I first became a publisher, right? I could not trust in my preparation because I didn't go to school to be a publisher, people. I'm trying to tell you. I could not trust. I couldn't trust in none of that. I had to just have faith in God, and I had to let the Holy Spirit begin to teach me and train myself and self-educate myself. And like I said, some of you all, you go to conference after conference, and you go to college after college and degree after degree. And I'm telling you, it ain't that serious sometimes unless you're going to be a lawyer or open heart surgery. Some of these courses y'all don't need. Y'all just need to work. Y'all just need to do something. Put forth some action. Okay? So, now present day, I'm in a 3-bedroom home, basement, big yard, all that, but I would have never got to this level in literally less than 2 years. Listen, you all, less than 2 years, if I would not have acted, if I would have still sat in that cramped up apartment talking about I believe God, but not learning nothing. Off YouTube, not at a college, off YouTube, off the Holy Ghost University, off just quieting down and listening to God telling me what to do. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting in my home being able to wake up and plan my day. You know, I was just looking, and mind you, I only been off my job for a year. I was looking at my emails last year in June, from last year June. I was working in corporate. I was too, last year, telling you know, people was telling me when I can take my lunch, you know, when I can take my vacation. Grandmama dying, I had to ask for permission to leave to go be with my grandma, you know, and I just knew that God had better for me. But I also knew in order for me to get that better, I had to go hard. What do go hard? Go hard mean where every day, you, just like the woman with the issue of blood, she didn't just sit there and say, oh, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be healed, and just was looking at Jesus walking by. No, she pushed. I'm going to do something. I'm going to put some action into it. She pushed. And then when she pushed and she touched him, God said, who touched me? Jesus said, who touched me? They're like, oh, who touched you? Everybody touched you. You in the crowd. No, but this one right here, she touched me, and her touch was different because virtue left out of me. Why? Because her faith worked. And I'm telling you, I don't see the hunger that is needed for you to get to your next level. It's going to be uncomfortable. Embrace it. Come into it knowing I'm finna be uncomfortable. Just like when I go to the health club, which I hate, and y'all going to see me going to the health club too, because we're going to be doing some lives with us working out. When I go to the health club, I don't like working out. In fact, I hate working out. How about that? I hate it. But I know for my next level, I have to discipline myself, and it's not based on me just knowing, oh, God want me to be small and that's it. Okay, he do want you to be healthy, but you ain't going to get healthy if you don't work out. So God wants you to be successful in the marketplace. God wants you to be a publisher. God wants you to be an author, a motivational speaker. God wants you to, you know, help others come through. But if you don't do anything, it's just going to be what God wants and what you want, and nothing is going to happen because you haven't put forth any efforts. Okay? So let's do this really quick, and then we're going to just talk about vulnerabilities and we'll be done. But it's just so much because we got 30 days, but I just really want to share this with you. So I want to talk to you about and just do some book highlights, right? So we'll do this. I want to talk about first, this book is by Sarterica Hall. It said, I'm a wife and girlfriend, you are too. Now this book is really good. This is for single Christians who, women who have been girlfriends for a long time, and how God has created women to be a wife. I love this book. So it's I'm a wife and girlfriend, you are too. Make sure you support Sarterica Hall. It's a great book. The next book is Tools for Career Success by LaTanya Bynum. She teaches you so many wisdom nuggets for if you are in corporate, how to move up in corporate. So this is definitely a great book. It's Extreme Ways to Job Hunt. She teaches business advice. She teaches 10 ways to win in business. So she just have a lot of lists up in here that teaches you how to advance in corporate, okay? So the next book is The Glovers, The Glorifying Grace Prayer Journal. So this is Imani's Glover. The first book, after she published her first book, then her husband was like, wait a minute, I want to get in on this publishing action too. And he did the Glorifying Grace Prayer Journal for the men and added the eagles versus the butterflies. So when you order one, make sure you order two so you and your boo thing can pray together and document y'all prayers, okay? Now, this is Kristen Mann's book, and this is Legendary Lessons. And can I just tell you, we're working on like 5 other children's books, so I'm so glad that Sophisticated Press has a very variety of books that we publish. But this is Legendary Lessons, a book about Legend. Is her son. This is Legend on the back here. And it's just days of the week to seek. It teaches children their days of the week. So if you have any nephews, nieces, neighbor, kids that you're in love with, this would be a great book. And then we even added a coloring book in the back, okay? Now I want to talk to you about the importance of hiring a professional. When I first came in, again, remember, when I first came into publishing, I didn't know any of this stuff, right? So this was my first book, Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom. Look how broke down this looked. But God just wanted to see was I going to be obedient, right? So I did that. You see the picture all blurry and everything. But as I learned better, I then had hired a professional. And they changed that book to this book. Big difference. Kingdom Speaking in the Boardroom. Big difference, right? I'll put them side by side so you can see. Amateur, professional. Right? Excuse my ugly hands, y'all. But I'm a hard-working woman. Sometimes them nails get in the way. Amateur, professional. So sometimes, too, if your book is not selling well, it may be the cover, and you may have to hire a professional to do your book cover because, you know, people do want to see a professional cover on their books. And so if you don't, you know, if your book isn't selling, you may want to consider redoing your book cover with a professional. Now, this is our latest edition, and I'm so excited to share this with you all. And I want you all to not only order Push, because of course this is the download of Push. You get free 2 chapters. Full of stuff with those first 2 chapters. But this is our new baby. This is the Sophisticated Press calendar. Woo woo! The Year of the Millionaire 2020. Now, if you are an author, you need this in your office, okay? Because we have all types of lessons for authors in this book, in this calendar. Notice, see, there go different demographics. But we're not trying to hide that we African American over here, right? Y'all see that, right? You don't have to hide that. You just have to incorporate all. So I want you to order this book. I think it's like $20 on the website, and that's me on the back with my statement that everybody knows every business should have a book, and every book is a business. So this is our new baby 2020 calendar, Sophisticated Press Author Calendar, the Year of the Millionaire. And once you order that, then I want you to think about having this calendar for your clients, right? What a great way to wow your clients and give them like a Christmas present for supporting you by giving them a customized branded calendar, right? So this is going to be really good. I think this is something that you should take advantage of, creating it for your clients. We'll be happy to create that for you, and that will be something good for you to have, okay? So any questions out there? Any questions? Because I want you all to really step it up for October. I'm going to be stepping it up too as well. Y'all see how long my dress and grew? Like, I didn't do the big chop, and they're just so long, and I'm like, okay, I think I want to cut them a little bit, just a little bit, because they just keep growing. But you all have been on the journey with me. Do y'all see how long they are now? But any questions that you want to ask a publisher, you know, because I really want to just be there to help you all. And I really just want you all to know that God said that this year is going to end the way you want it. What do that mean? Well, how you want your year to end, that's how it's going to end. If you want to end on top, you can. But you just have to get over the fact that it's not going to be easy. This road is not easy, you all. I've lost friends. Not because I was a bad friend or they was a bad friend, but because I was busy. Because I'm busy. Sometimes I don't have time to just chit chat on the phone all day. I'm busy helping people. I have lost friends. Some people have, you know, been like, oh, you think you all that because you ain't calling me. It's not that I'm not calling you because I think I'm all that. It's because I have an assignment from God and I have to take it seriously. And so I don't have time. I give myself one day a week to watch TV. I'm busy, right? So this is what I'm saying. I just want you all to step your game up. Get serious about your business. Get serious about your product. Get serious about your books. You should be doing lives. You should be doing collaborations. All of that, I don't want to do live. I don't have time to write. What? Faith is not a feeling, right? I don't want to do this stuff either. But if I didn't do what I didn't want to do, I wouldn't have the life that I have today. I have the life that I have today. And it's not that I'm a millionaire or just have this life, but I have a good life. I'm not going to deny that. I have a good life, and I have that good life because I did things I didn't want to do. I turned off the TV. I fasted. I consecrated myself. I helped people even when sometimes they probably didn't deserve help. I helped them. I served, I served with integrity, and then I also I invested. So last two things, and then we'll pick up tomorrow. Last two things is a lot of you all are perfectionists. And the danger of being a perfectionist is this. If you are a perfectionist, every little thing will keep you from getting started and going forth. So a lot of people, I just see them like, oh, well, I'm going to go, but I'm waiting till this come in the right color. I'm waiting till my hair wasn't done. I guarantee you in these 30 days, because this is a challenge for me. In these 30 days, you're going to see me ugly. Today, I'm pretty. I got my pearls on. But I'm sure in these 30 days, you're probably going to see me. Excuse me, you all. You're probably going to see me ugly. Why? Because the grind ain't pretty. And I'm not going to sit up here and make y'all think the grind pretty. The grind ain't pretty. Pushing, promoting to shipping and handling is not pretty. Get the pretty out your head. Get the illusion of what people put on social media that they just posted a post and got 50 orders. No, you better believe they grinded before they made that post with all them boxes and all. They grinded. They promoted. Right? So I need you to stop being a perfectionist, and sometimes you just got to put it out there and just go with it, because at least you're making some type of momentum and some type of action. But if you being a perfectionist and every little thing got to be this before you put it out there, right? If you're a perfectionist, or if you don't trust people, because I hear a lot of people say that too, well, you don't listen to experts. The expert will tell you to do something like go live every day, or an expert will tell you to, in your pre-order stage, I need you to share the book. And you like, no, because I don't trust people. And it ain't even about trusting people. It's about you trusting God. Get trusting people out your mind, because yes, they're going to betray you. Yes, they're going to let you down. But there are certain rules to the marketplace that if you don't follow, you don't see certain results. So a lot of you all, God has placed experts in your life and you're just not following directions. And the crazy part about it is you still pay to go to their conferences. You still pay to buy their books. You still pay to work with them. And when they tell you what to do, you don't do it. Because you still worrying about people. And we already told you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's just like some people say, and I've heard this, and I'm sure you heard it too. Oh, Joseph should have never told his brothers about his dream. And I cringe when people say that. How else was his destiny and purpose was going to get started? Because without the betrayal, he wouldn't have ended up in the palace. You see what I'm saying? And the betrayal wouldn't happen until he told his dreams. See, that's why I'm telling you all, you can't worry about the people. And some people be promoting this gospel wrong. Oh, you got to watch who you tell your dreams to. I'm telling my dream to everybody, because you know what? You may do what I can do, but you're not going to have the same passion as me. You're not going to have the same discipline as me. You're not going to have the same just sincerity as me. So, of course, like how we see all the time, people are going to try to steal what you share with them. Let them. Because since they wasn't called by God, they're not going to be able to endure in the process. But because you've been called by God, don't worry about them copying your stuff. You got to get it out there. So you'll hear it again. People will say, you got to watch it. You tell your dreams. I'm telling my dream to everybody. Because whatever betrayal and everything needs to happen to get this process going to where I'm now, like Joseph, in control of the kingdom, let it happen. Joseph had to tell his brothers. They had to betray him. They had to sell him. They had to get them in that palace, because God is so wise that he knew that I need to get Joseph in this palace so he can take care of his family one day, even though they betrayed him. And that's what's going to happen to you. That's why we got to walk in love. You're going to take care of some family members that don't deserve it. Joseph's brothers didn't deserve that, but God is a merciful God. And who are we not to be merciful as well? So share your dreams. Why? Because the Bible says, as a man speak in his heart, so is he. Or think in his heart, so is he. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So that's a trick of the enemy, to keep your mouth closed from speaking what God told you that you are. That's a trick of the enemy to keep you quiet. Why? Because we were made in God's image. And so what that means, if we don't speak it because we're scared somebody's going to steal it, it's not going to come to pass. Why? Because we was made in God's image. And God speak, and then it is. So you have to speak. You have to speak. Now, do you go to people? And it's different than telling somebody what you want than asking somebody, is this a good idea, or what you think? You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to be who you are and be who God called you, because you scared somebody's going to steal your idea. People steal ideas all day, every day, right? But if your idea is, if it's a book or something like that, you got to copyright it, you got it protected. Or if it's just like an idea, that's fine. You know, I just see a lot of different strategies and tactics that the enemy used to keep his people from going forth and being the best that they can be. Okay. So listen, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. We're going to be together every day for 30 days. I encourage you to purchase Push, because we're going to be talking about marketing. And I'm telling you that it's not that your book is not a good book. It's that you're not marketing properly. And I want to teach you out of the book Push how to market. And so if you have any questions, you can reach us at sophisticatedpress.com. You can email me at sophisticatedpress@gmail.com. You can even call us at 630-755-5580. All right. And you know how we end it here at Sophisticated Press. Listen, we love you so much with the love of Jesus Christ, and we are so proud of you. We're proud of all of the accomplishment that you have accomplished in the year of 2019. We're proud of what you're going to accomplish in this fourth quarter, and we know you can make it. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I shall see you again tomorrow at 6, okay? Have a good night.